Good morning. We are wrapping up in camp here and about to take off. It was a very windy night last night. However, this campsite over here in these trees here at Heart Lake worked out really well. We could hear the wind blowing up above in the trees all night long, but the tent, there was almost nothing. So it was very, very nice last night. This is this amazing valley above Holden Village. The last time we were here, covered in smoke. You could tell it must look beautiful, but you couldn't see any of it, really, because of the smoke. I don't think I told you yesterday what we're doing on this trip this year. You know, those of you who've been coming with us, you remember we got stopped by a fire closure, basically 101 miles before the Canadian border. So frustrating, you know, because if it had just been a couple of days earlier, we'd have made it through there. And I'd had that injury last year that had us laid up for about 3 days back in Wenatchee, which really made the difference between getting through last year or not. And then by the time we got here, the smoke was so bad, even if we could have gotten through, it would have been miserable. You remember our goals for being out here are, number one, to have fun. Number two, to be able to see things, which you could not do last year. And it wasn't much fun breathing all that smoke either. And number three, I guess, is to get to the Canadian border. So, you know, when we came off, this place was a really hard spot to come off at. It's basically going to take us the better part of 3 days to get back to the trail where we came off. And I was a little concerned because we have to go through Snowy Pass, which is, you know, up that valley there. And, not Snowy Pass, Cloudy Pass. And as we were driving in yesterday, we could see a lot of snow at the higher elevations. And we're like, oh, you know, we got information on the PCT, but we didn't know anything about Cloudy Pass, whether you could get up there or not. Fortunately, yesterday we ran into a couple of Forest Service people that were coming down. And they'd just been through, and they said, I had nothing to worry about. It was going to be clear. So that was great news. And then we talked about where we needed to get back to on the PCT, and they went, well, as we know and they know, there's a fork you can take at one spot, and one's the equestrian and one's the foot, the hiker shortcut. We came in on the hiker shortcut. We like to go back on the hiker shortcut, but apparently that's still covered with some pretty steep snow, likely some pretty sketchy parts. The safer way is probably to take the equestrian trail, but that also means we got to get to the PCT and then backtrack about a mile. Not that far, but then, you know, you hate going backwards. So a mile back to get to where our connecting footprints are, and then come forward again. But the good news, they said, is once you get to where the cut is up there, you can see it. So we'll be able to take a look and see whether we can just head straight to where our connecting footprints are from Campo, California, 2,500 miles south of here, or whether we need to take the equestrian trail and do some backtracking and some more elevation. Here you have it, folks. Top Rock is making the first treacherous snow crossing of the trail for 2024. I really like it when you're approaching a pass and you can actually see it. That little patch of snow there in the background, that is Cloudy Pass. Always feel better, even though it's as steep as what we've been on. It doesn't feel that bad when I can see it versus being hidden in the trees. And it is beautiful up here today. And check it out, there's Top Rock taking it in. We're right next to this stream here. You got beautiful purple flowers everywhere you look. It's just so beautiful, especially compared to what it was last time. Now, of course, you'll remember we're still not on the PCT. We still got, at least 6 miles to go. Probably further. But we're making it. So, Top Rock, you are within 50 feet of being at the top of Cloudy Pass. And it's not cloudy, and it's not snowing, and especially it's not smoky.
That's right.
So, what do you think?
This is why we're here. Get to see it all. All the snow, all the trees, all the flowers, all the foliage. Even some marmots back there running around.
There you go.
That's awesome.
This is beautiful today. This truly is why you come. This pass, for your information, is at 6,430 feet. So, while not, that high relative to Sierra passes, it's plenty high for passes up in this area. Top Rock's been watching the big squirrels and marmots over on the hillside here. Oh, by the way, did I mention I twisted my ankle earlier this morning? Twisted it, fell down. Yeah, it's not a bad twist, but it's not an insignificant twist either. A lot of pain on the downhill. And of course, after a couple hours of walking on the ankle, that's on my right ankle, the left knee starts hurting. So both legs are there. So we are earning it today. As I always said, the Cascades are fantastic. Washington definitely makes you earn it. I'm earning it on multiple levels right now. I'm so glad you're getting to see this and enjoy it without twisted ankles and painful knees. We are just past the fork to decide whether we take the equestrian path, which goes down to that valley and back up, or the hiker shortcut, which goes across these rocks and those snowfields across the way. We can see tracks over there. So we're optimistic that we're going to be able to make it. So if this is the last video I ever record, you'll know we slipped and fell down and hit the granite rocks. Yeah, Top Rock doesn't think that's going to happen. I'm voting with him, otherwise I wouldn't do it.
Two and a half days, and we're back to the PCT.
We've made it, friends. We've made it. I'm pretty tired.
And look, it's lunch.
But it's lunchtime. About 12:30, we're going to sit down here and have some lunch, but we have made it. So we're back to the PCT.
I spent the whole day being all nimbly-bimbly since the very first 5 minutes into the hike, avoiding all the water crossings and jumping great distances. And I don't think we recorded all of the fact that down at the end here, the trail was actually the waterfall, and I avoided all the water for the most part. But in the last 1/10 of a mile, I could not. Because there was absolutely no way, without going about knee deep, through a ford.
So Ken got his river crossing today, of course, right at the end.
And I would have loved to have just been wet all day. It would have saved so much energy had I known.
It would have. I ended up being, my feet are totally wrinkled.
Yeah.
They're wet. They're very wet.
Such is the way.
Anyway, we have made it to our campsite. We've made it to our campsite, and we're right on plan, which is great, especially considering that I twisted my ankle. And
you've had 3 fallish moments, 1 real fall and 2 other you're getting close falls, and yeah, that was not good.
Yeah, when I twisted my ankle, that was a catch and a fall and all the way to the ground. Fortunately, I rolled mostly so that my pack took the brunt of the fall. But it's pretty sore tonight, and my knee started hurting about an hour after that. And I don't know if it's because I hit my knee on the way down or it's just completely unrelated and it's time for my knee to start hurting. Anyway, hey, this may end up being a tough challenge. But we're going to take it we're taking it kind of easy. We went 12 miles today, which is, it's not killer, but it was kind of killer today.
It's the elevation.
We had elevation, we had a lot of bushwhacking in the morning, and then it's just good PCT trail, and we're not in shape. So anyway, we're going to get some dinner going, get our tent set up here, and happy trails, guys. See you tomorrow.